Hello. 3 things for Fringe. And then I think I'm pretty much done with him for now, unless he manages to come up with something new. 1. Your concept number 2 was not the thing that I was saying was the other half of the doublethink you were involved in. Go back and watch the video, or just shut the fuck up. I don't care. Or keep talking. I don't care. It's fucking free world. Have fun. You proved my point with the second thing, which was to say, the thermoregulatory whatever was, which I didn't, it's thermal, regulating the temperature of the body. So yeah, I guess that's a name for it. But thermoregulatory hypothesis actually applies, since I Googled it after I saw it in your video. Actually comes up in a lot of things, and in most creatures, whether they're exothermic or endothermic. But it applies to different things. It's whatever. But actually, let's save that for the third thing. The interesting thing about you proving just how good at doublethink you are is how you're saying, oh, it's a stupid, horrible hypothesis. It has absolutely no value whatsoever. And then saying, well, yeah, it has some predictive value about 2/3 of the way through your video. Which, it's nice to see you acknowledge basic physics. At least that has something for you. Although the whole thing about birth canals, that isn't something against the hypothesis. That's a limiting factor for how large the skull can grow, as is the strength of the human neck, as is the ability to run after food, and things like that. There are lots of factors in play here, and this insistence on, that one is a big deal and that one is stupid. It must be nice to live in the black and white Star Wars universe, but that's not how things work out. But the third thing is this whole accusation, or insinuation, I should say, that Sophia Roon thought of it, or I saw it online first, or whatever. Actually, you, in my comments section, just recently said that I absolutely did not come up with that. You said invented. All I said was, I just thought of it while I was watching your video, which is true. I had never heard of it before. I have had to deal with heat issues as a part of my job. I have lived in cold climes. I have lived in deserts. The problem is one I'm familiar with. So it really wasn't that much of a stretch. If you think it's a stretch, then your brain is sorely underutilized. But that little insinuation is such a pathetic example of a stinging accusation. I'm going to give you a much better one, and hopefully one that will serve you well later in life, that you'll either get some good out of, or maybe you'll deliver it to some weak-minded fool like yourself, who, maybe it'll boost your ego a little bit. For now, I'd like you to consider one very simple proposition. When you said to a comment in your comment section who asked you, why are you still making race videos? When you said to them, because this is important. When you said this, I have this sneaking suspicion you weren't thinking of the race issue. I have this sneaking suspicion that you were thinking of, deep down inside, your credibility, that you had planted your flag on this issue years ago, and that you were getting ground into the dust, and you were losing subscribers, and what shredded, tattered remains of your pride, dignity, and apparent intellectual integrity were pretty much a tiny little fig leaf over your butthurt shame. And that you're holding on to this last little shred for all you're worth, because you're too terrified of the prospect of saying, I don't know. Because you don't. And you know you don't. But that sense of certainty coming out of whatever awful trauma you've grown up with is all you have. That's what I think. And I don't care what you think of me, or my integrity, or my words. Because someone so divorced from the capabilities of their own mind and the minds of others, someone who is so bad at being challenged and tested and improving themselves, is no threat to me. But you are fun to kick around, so I might do it again. Or I might not. For now, thank you for your time and attention, and to my subscribers, hopefully more interesting things will be coming out soon. I plan on talking about Anonymous's recent declaration of war against the United States of America. And by Anonymous, I mean some fucktard who camps out on Twitter. Another time. Perhaps as an Inner Badger video. Again, thank you for your time and attention.